Welcome. Entertainment is one of the very interesting field, and media is a one aggressively satisfies the audience the need of entertaining themselves. Entertainment could be multiple formats. It's a long entertainment form or short entertainment form, or comics or comedies, action. So there are plenty of formats. Very big industry, industry you can understand easily. That is completely relying on entertainment, and then OTT platforms, television industry, TV channels, entertainment channels, and there are a lot of channels meant for music videos. And music is part and parcel of human life, and we used to relax ourselves with the music. So music, entertainment, media plays a very very crucial role. And lot of time we relax ourselves, we allow the media, the entertainment content goes inside, might be unconsciously. We might be listening, concentrating something else, the background the music goes out, or we are watching a movie. The entertainment or entertaining ourselves is the primary focus. That's the topmost focus when we are spending time with it. We have all the other issues are being suspended, and the logic or the the other issues related to the narrative style, we may not argue that. We tend to believe that, because if you start arguing that, you can't entertain. So the motive is to entertain ourselves, so we tend to enjoy the way it's being presented to us. If it's very creative, convincing, then it's okay. If it's not convincing, then we reject that. That's how the box office, good collections for films. Some films are collected very huge money, and the majority of them are mid-range or average performance in the industry. All that because an audience are not convinced to entertain with the presented content. If they're convinced, so they might be go multiple times, might spread the positive news outside, and if not convinced, the negativity grows and automatically affects the profit. So this is how the entertainment works. The entertainment role in our life is very very crucial, and a couple of media formats are very popular. One is the realistic content, realistic in the books, magazines, newspapers, television, news channels. They are the one of the leading one. Not in terms of industry size. And the industry size is the quantum of economy involved in the news. If you look at that, it's very minuscule, small number in terms of money, but their influence, power, and reach substantial. So that is one we can consider that is one realistic, a real form of media content. News, books, magazines, newspapers, television channels, online, social media. So many things comes under the category. Another one is fantasy. Kind of created content, manufactured content. Of course, news also being manufactured, but manufactured with a real data. But here is entertainment. They are creating a fantasy with kind of unrealistic many times, with the help of many media tools. The primary focus is to create, combine many narrative style to engage the audience in a very leisure manner. So this is the focus of entertainment. So entertainment plays a crucial role. I told you that we consciously, unconsciously accept many of the points we is being presented to entertainment. We start arguing that, so automatically our link with the content might be disturbed. We might be disconnected. So the main purpose gets defeated. That's what the realistic scenario while watching a film, a television series, or a short videos or whatever thing. So this is the main issue of consuming entertainment. There are a lot of issues there, and in this presentation, this discussion, we are going to discuss about music videos. Music videos are short form, and compared to other narrative, normal dialogue-based scenes, and the production industry, media industry takes multiple efforts, more efforts in order to make music videos more attractive. It's a standalone entertainment package. It's part of the bigger films, at least in Indian context, or maybe standalone music videos are also available, and it's very popular, particularly in the online platform, shorts, reels, and videos. There are many popular online video sharing platforms are available, OTT platforms are available, TV channels are available. So music videos are very, very crucial in the media industry is concerned. So what the discussions about today's topic is, we are not going to discuss about the entertainment. We are going to discuss about in the music videos how different elements are represented. We are not talking about the technical representation. We are talking about the representation of characters, representation of issues, representation of social diversity, representation of other characters. We are talking about representation. It's a little complex issue, and we are talking about in a very, very entertainment oriented content. I told you that we always accept the content, entertainment. We'll try to convince ourselves to accept entertainment content in order to entertain ourselves. And in that process, unconsciously, many things are being reinforced. Right. So that is the issue in the society. That's a problematic area. So we have to understand how many characters, issues, and institutions are represented in music videos. So first let us understand what is actually media representation. Then we'll go for what is the music videos. Then representation in the music videos. So we'll go in a different in a sequential order. If you look at the definition of media representation, media representation refers to how various groups, identities, and concepts are portrayed in media content. Irrespective of the media entertainment, media content takes the wide variety of array of content, array of format, array of presentation thing. So representations is basically how different groups, identities, concept, ideology, issues, institutions are represented, portrayed, presented to us, how we are consuming that. So that's the simplest definition of media representations. And it can be in a news format, can be entertainment format, it can be advertising format, directly addressed to individuals, communities, cultures, might be representations are about issues also. So representations are a very specific area and targeted to whom. So that is a simplistic definition of media representations. And one of the major challenging issue of media representation is stereotypes and biases. These two are inherent aspect of any media content. And it is there in the news in the realistic format. It is strongly there in entertainment content. Media representation can be often perpetuated stereotypes and biases, reinforces their perceived notion and prejudice. And there are a lot of reasons for that. Stereotypes may relate to gender, stereotypes may relate to race, ethnicity, sexuality, and identity factors. The logic behind this issue, why media reinforces the stereotypes, you know that gender or race, ethnicity, sexuality, or identity, there are issues. There are sometimes being reinforced. Whatever the dominant social thinking, right, get reflected in the media content. Media is a mirror. So media is not operating in a vacuum. And it's an outcome of human society, right? It's invented by human, operated by human beings, and meant for human beings. It's an extension of human society, and it's a mirror of human society. So we can't differentiate the media from the society. Whatever existing in the society is being reflected in the media platform, because people coming from the same society working in the media, and through media, the same people, they are delivering the content to the society. So there's a cyclic process. Automatically, whatever the dominant perceived notions, right? Dominant groups, dominant identities, dominant gender perspectives, dominant issues, dominant one. So always the dominant have more power. They reap many benefits. So dominant one, automatically they move to media also, because that's also a powerful institution. And the dominant group goes to the media. So once the majority of the dominant groups from the society occupies the media, so automatically they try to reflect their own perspective of the worldly affairs. Either news or entertainment is being presented through us to the dominant perspectives. whatever the dominant perspective existing in the society, they are the one represented in the media, and they are reproducing the whatever their perspective is. So stereotyping biases are recycled. The question is, and in society, it takes very, very long time to change its perspectives, change its stereotypical viewpoints and biases and all. That's a natural course of action. It goes, it changes happens. If you compare the couple of centuries back and now, if you look at the position of social players, characters, you can find a lot of differences. Changes are happening, and it's naturally happening. Might be a little slow. The question is, media is very powerful, and when they reinforces whatever existing in the society is being dominantly represented, very powerfully represented, and presenting across the country, across the globe, they started reinforcing. Once it started reinforcing, it's become a part and parcel of society. That's the danger. Otherwise, stereotypes automatically, naturally, with the maturity, better understanding, and sections might change the perspective over the course of time. But media, if this is a trend happens, if the representation it's in a stereotypical biased manner, so automatically the existing values we might stay for a very longer time. So this is the problematic area. That's the core point of this discussion thing, and the impact of on audience is the way groups or identities are represented in the media can significantly influence the public perception and attitudes towards them. One existing is being reinforced. In case we are new to the groups, new to the identities, new to the issues, and whatever is being coming to us, we tend to believe that, because media is little more reliable compared to the other network of our informations, and particularly we tend to believe credible news outlets, and irrespective of what are the hidden agenda are, we tend to believe coming from powerful authorities. So this is a problem with the society, and this is also a problem with the media representation. And media representatives have the power to shape the social and cultural beliefs over the period of time, and media establishes that whatever the beliefs and social beliefs, cultural beliefs, getting reinforced. Well, maybe one point of perspective, other point is might be introduced to the new set of cultural beliefs, new set of cultural social beliefs. So that also the influence of the media representation through media part. I told you that wherever the dominant sections of the society gets occupied in the media field, so automatically they represent the dominant section, means that they always bombard, produce, disseminate the dominant, they represent the dominant group. Automatically the production also represents the perspectives and all. The whole process, I think, they may not concern about the groups which are not doesn't have power, which doesn't have representation, marginalized, disadvantaged. They may not find a place in the media easily. So this is how the underrepresentation and misrepresentation comes. Underrepresentation means the group doesn't have any authority, power to get a space and time in the media. Misrepresentation means deliberate attempt by the dominant group to portray the certain groups or communities, individuals in a negative manner. So underrepresentations, misrepresentations is a major challenge in the media content. And media representation is not solely about what is shown, but also what is omitted, what is inaccurately portrayed. That are also part of the media representations. And not only that, underrepresentation, misrepresentation can contribute to inequities and misunderstanding in the society. And majority of the media operations confined to select areas, urban, economically sound enough, powerful sections, celebrities, major consequences of events, and these are the areas in which media operates. Politics, crime, celebrities, entertainment, these are small areas in which media occupied in the realistic newspaper or news channels performance. In the entertainment sector also, if you look at the content, they may not go beyond certain formula. And whether it's a newspaper, news channel, or entertainment videos, entertainment television program or film program, ultimately they have to get a profit. These are all a business and venture. There are people doing social service. There are people, they are doing awareness campaign. That number is very small. Creating documentaries, creating art films for sake of satisfaction and for the sake of the audience need, but their acceptance level, production level, and quantum of contributions very limited. The dominant section is the powerful business group. And ultimately, when you want to make a profit, then you have to reach out to the people who can be your main target group. So all the target groups are identified, target audience has been identified. Accordingly, the content is being tailored, made, and distributed, and profit is being created. So in this process, the marginalized, underrepresented, disadvantaged sections, right, already in the society doesn't have space, neglected for various reasons, and that get reflected in online, amplified, and it's more not only amplified, whatever representation of those group get reinforced in the other sections of the society. So this is another issue of media representation part. And let us understand the core theme of our discussion, representation. We should, how the representation works in the music videos. Let us understand what actually music videos is. It's a powerful medium, and it's a fusion of audio and video content. It's very, very creatively combined in order to create a fantasy in a very short possible time. Music videos are combine audio and video elements to create a multi-sensory experience. And fusion of music and visual engages videos emotionally, making messages more impactful. Messages including the camera position, audio, content, perspective, the characters plays in that, combination of editing and color, dress code, every component of media delivers certain message which are very, very impactful in the social context, because it's being presented in a very, very creative. And when we combine multiple elements in one package, right, it creates a fantasy. Hope we can understand what actually music videos are actually. And if you not just play in the social media platform or online platform, you can understand easily. And their storytelling and narrative style of music videos very interesting, very unique. Often the music video tell a story or convey a message through a narrative. A narrative structure always allows for a conveyance of complex ideas, emotions in a compact format. That's the beauty of music videos. And always they connect with the emotional level. Music videos evoke a range of emotions through music and visual storytelling. Emotional connections enhance the memorability and resonance of content. We get associated with the content very easily and remembers our mind for a longer period of time. Music videos are quite very powerful tool in the sense not only for entertainment, and since it's very powerful, is being used by many groups in the form of entertainment to tell the actual reality of the society. And a lot of successful efforts are being taken. Entertainment, we know it's a very popular format and many people prefers to that. And why can't we present the social issues, main issues of communities, or the national level issues, international level issues of humanity, how we can deliver, reach out to the larger number of people. Because if you create a content in a raw format about the issues of society, the acceptance rate in viewership is very, very limited. But whereas the music is the reach is very powerful, and acceptance rate is very high. So combining entertainment content of music videos with the issues of society is being experimented in a very large segment. So this is also one of the unique experiment. Of course, we are not going to detailed discussion in this program, but this is one of the experiment. You can remember that point. And another point is music videos are globally has an audience. It has a global reach and a broad and diverse audience and platform like a YouTube and a social media platform, and it transcends the geographical boundaries, and it make them is one of the popular global medium of communications. and it has influence of pop culture, and it's creates a trends in fashion, creates a trends in style and cultural references. It shapes and reflects and influences popular norms and cultural and social norms. So compared to long form of entertainment, the music videos has much more consequences, positive and negative consequences. Its ramifications are multiple level, and but in that process, very powerful. All the medias are very powerful. Basically, within that, the short form of entertainment music videos much more powerful. So here we need to discuss about how representations are works in that. And we understood that what is a representation. We understood the what's the characteristics of music video. Let us understand different types of music videos. Music videos are representation can be representations in music can be classified in many formats. One, how gender is being represented, how ethnic groups are represented, racial groups are represented, how social orientation and identity is being represented, how body image is being represented, how social economic issues are represented. So these are the popular representational issues with the music videos, and let us briefly understand each issue in order to connect with the music videos, the representation of the core theme of this discussion thing. If you go specifically on gender representation, music videos often portray stereotypical gender roles, women in a submissive way and over sexualized role, men as a dominant or aggressive. And the impact of these representations are reinforcing, challenging the traditional norms. I told you that the dominant groups always reflects or creates a dominant perspectives. In the many social settings, and there is a kind of inequality between gender, male, female. There is issues always exist in the social setup, and gets reflected in the music videos, gets reflected in the media content. This is the same way the music videos always represents gender in a specific format. Then only the society accepts that. If anything, if you challenge the social perspective, then there is a very less acceptance level for your music videos. The producers of music videos takes very less risk about challenging the social norm status quo. So they want to reach larger people, so they have to go with the flow. So that's why the gender representations being gets reflected what's there in the society. So if you closely scrutinize that, women and men, we can find the different roles. And similarly, and traditional gender norms empower individuals or challenging stereotypes. And importance of these representations promoting gender equality, empowering viewers to question conventional role. That's what required. There is an issue that needs to be discussed. What's the way out? And through this media literacy campaign, better understanding about the media content, a question can be raised. And at least we can resist the influence of music videos on individual level. This is how they're representing, and we should not get reinforced our stereotypes and biases towards the idea presented through music videos. And we go to the racial and ethnic representation, and music videos where artists appropriate elements from different cultures presented in a different manner, and it has its own ramification and cultural appropriation and cultural sensitivity and representation. Easily can understand that how different groups of society get reflected. Group A, Group B. I don't want to name the particular group, but you might be able to get examples on your own experiences. If you watch the music videos, just see that different groups, how different groups are. You will find plenty of monotonous, big groups are there, and you may not be able to see the multiple diversity in the music videos. And similarly, the sexual orientation also same thing. Heteronormative and inclusive depictions music always heteronormative representations of relationship, and they'll depict the LGBT identities and relationship in a different manner. And similarly, the representations also reinforces the whatever the perspectives of the society of marginalized sexual identification orientations are presented in a music video. This is also one of the serious issue for the consideration. And the last part is a social economic representation, how wealth is being glamorized. And it's music video always glamorize everything, displaying excessive wealth, luxury, and representation may contribute to the materialistic value and the social inequality. If you look at every representation, this is how these are the representations or issues are dominant components of music videos. And gender, sexual identity, or wealth, or social economic point, ethnicity, or individual community identities, in the name of entertainment, the name of reach, the name of entertainment, entertaining ourselves, they tend to compromise many, consciously or unconsciously, package it that might resonate with the dominant social perspectives, but it may not create a change in this desired manner in a society. Look at any sample popular music videos. Carefully look at that. Switch off the music and just watch the video, or just listen to the music. Just play around with the music with the different components, understand the different representational issues, characters, and identities in the videos. You will get a very different perspective, you will get different notions on that. And remember that unconsciously we are accepting information content in an entertainment context, and realize that how powerful those informations gets reinforced in your mindset. This is very crucial, and a critical understanding is required in the context of media literacy. Look at the music videos and try to understand it. Of course, we may not be able to change the industry norms, but at least individual level, we can make some changes in terms of level of acceptance within ourselves. Thank you.